This video is sexual reproduction. The objective is I can identify forms of and distinguish sexual and asexual reproduction. Some helpful vocabulary you will hear me repeat includes reproductive systems, organ systems involved in the production and transfer of gametes. Gametes is just another word for sex cells. Sex cells contain half a person's genetic information. Today we'll discuss sperm and egg cells. Sexual reproduction requires two parents and creates offspring with unique DNA. Unique means there's only one of a kind. Sex cells have half set of DNA. In this egg cell, there are 23 chromosomes, and in this sperm cell, there are also 23 chromosomes. When they combine, a brand new full set of DNA is made. The 23 plus 23 made 46 chromosomes for this baby. Sex cells are special. They have to have a half set of DNA. Your body is making body cells all the time, but it's making identical body cells with mitosis. Meiosis is another kind of cell division. This cell division makes 4 different sex cells, and each have a half set of DNA. This looks a lot like mitosis, except it happens twice. See, we have one divide and a second divide. This first cell had 1, 2, 3, 4 chromosomes, but all the daughter cells have 2. 2 is half of 4. You'll also notice that the chromosomes in the resulting daughter cells are all different. That's because the mom or the dad are only passing on half the DNA in their sperm cells, so you don't know which half you're going to get. 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. 23 chromosomes from the sperm and 23 chromosomes from the egg makes 46 chromosomes, a full human set. You have 2 copies of each gene, one from each parent. We can see 23 pairs in this set of chromosomes. Got 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, all the way down. One of these chromosomes came from mom. One of these chromosomes came from dad, but they each code for the same gene. This number 23 is a special chromosome. We call these the sex chromosomes. In this individual's DNA shows a male. And we can tell that because the sex chromosomes are X and Y. XX is a female and XY is male. Mothers can only give an X chromosome because they have 2 X's. Fathers can give X or Y, a 50-50 chance. So each baby has a 50% chance of becoming male or female. We're going to take a minute to talk about human reproductive systems specifically. Later on, we'll be talking about how other animals and plants also use sexual reproduction. This diagram shows the male reproductive organs. A shows the penis. This is the male organ which transfers sperm, the male gamete, to a female during sexual intercourse. The urethra is labeled as B. This is the tube-like structure that allows sperm and urine to leave the body. You can see the urethra leads here to the vas deferens that we'll talk about next, but also to the bladder. That's why pee and sperm can come out. The vas deferens is a pair of tubes that allow sperm to travel out of the testes towards the base of the penis. The testes is the site of sperm production, the male gamete. This is the only place in a male where meiosis happens because it's the only place in the male body that makes sex cells. The sex cells are made here in the testes, travel out through the vas deferens, and exit the body through the urethra during intercourse. Let's take a closer look at the male sex cell. It looks kind of like a tadpole. It contains half the genetic material to make an offspring, but this tadpole shape is important to its function. The head of the cell contains the father's genetic information. Well, half of its genetic information. The body of the sperm has a lot of mitochondria in it. If you remember from cells, the mitochondria is what makes energy. Sperm need a lot of energy because this tail has to swish back and forth as it swims through the female's reproductive system to find an egg. The female reproductive system, you'll see there's some similar looking structures to the male. We've got two ovaries, just like back here we had two testes. These are both called gonads, and they have a similar name because they have a similar function. Here, B, that's the ovary. That's the site of egg cell production, the female gamete. This is the only place in the female's body where meiosis will happen. Eggs are released into the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube is also the site of fertilization if a baby is conceived through sexual intercourse. That means that the egg and sperm combine here in the fallopian tube when a woman becomes pregnant. The uterus is this large organ in the middle, is the site of, or is the organ where a fertilized egg cell implants and grows into a fetus. When they say a baby is growing in a mommy's belly, what they mean to say is the baby's growing in the mommy's uterus. The vagina is the organ where sperm is deposited during intercourse. This is not where the woman pees. This is not where the woman poops. This is entry for sperm and exit for baby. So when the sperm is released out through the urethra of the male, it enters here in the vagina and has to do that long swim to the fallopian tubes, where if there is an egg, it will become fertilized and then travel back down to the uterus to become implanted.